This setup is a quartz sand processing plant. It is configured with a vibrating feeder, trommel scrubber, trommel screen, ball mill, spiral sand washing machine, thickening hopper, hydraulic classifier, permanent magnetic separator, high gradient magnetic separator, dewatering screen, and separator. 1. Use an excavator to feed the material to the vibrating feeder. The vibrating feeder feeds raw materials to the belt conveyor evenly, and the raw material is transported to the trommel scrubber for washing. The trommel scrubber is suitable for washing materials containing sticky clay. 2. After being washed and dispersed by the trommel scrubber, the screen hole size of the trommel scrubber is 25 mm, larger than 25 mm materials will be sent away, and 0 to 25 mm quartz sand and mud flow into number 1 and number 2 trommel screens, and the screen holes of the trommel screens are 35 mesh, 0.5 mm. 3. After being washed and screened by the trommel screen, the material larger than 0.5 mm is transported to the transfer silo by the belt conveyor, and fed to the ball mill by the electromagnetic vibrating feeder for grinding. 4. After the ball mill grinding, it flows into the slurry tank and is pumped to number 3 trommel screens for washing and screening by a sand pump. The sieve hole of the trommel screen is 35 mesh, 0.5 mm. And the material larger than 0.5 mm will return to the ball mill for regrinding, forming a closed loop of grinding and screening. 5. After washing and screening by 4 trommel screens, the material less than 0.5 mm will flow to a spiral sand washing machine. The overflow of the spiral sand washing machine will flow to the tailing pond. The screwed-up silica sand will be sent to a classification tower. Thickening cone plus hydraulic classifier wet magnetic separator. By the sand pump. The thickening cone and hydraulic classifier are professional equipment for grading and desliming quartz sand. The thickening cone is used to adjust the concentration of ore pulp. The overflow mud will flow to the sedimentation tank, and the underflow will flow into the wet magnetic separator to remove mechanical iron. 6. After processing by a wet magnetic separator, the silica sand will go through a high-gradient magnetic separator, which is suitable for iron removal and purification of quartz sand, which can remove ferric oxide. 7. After the high-gradient magnetic separator removes iron, the quartz sand flows into a spiral sand washing machine for washing and dewatering. The dewatering screen is for dehydration, and then is transported to the stockpile by a belt conveyor. 8. The dehydrated silica sand can be dried, screened, and packaged according to customer needs. 9. According to the customer's use scenario, the sewage brought by the production line can be treated with sewage or with a sedimentation tank.